Maharashtra government is coming up with a policy to create a huge land bank for private developers. ET now has learned from sources that slum redevelopment will be done on 40% of the acquired land, while remaining 60% will be auctioned separately. To discuss what this really means for the realty space and the developers in Maharashtra, I have with me the chairman of Maharashtra Society Welfare Association, Mr. Ramesh Prabhu. Mr. Prabhu, I want to understand now the Maharashtra government plans a new policy on slum redevelopment to create additional land bank. SRA projects will be developed on a 40% of the land and 60% of the land will be auctioned separately. What does this really mean for the Mumbai real estate and how big this would be?
Certainly, it will be a welcome move as far as Mumbai is concerned. Here, more than 50% of the land parcel is already covered by slum people. And because it is covered by the slum, naturally, there are a lot of issues connected with the land. Maybe because some are collector land, that is of government land, some are BMC land, some are private land, some are reserved land. So in that case, if it is to be done by a private developer, it becomes difficult. If SRA is joining with the CIDCO and MMRD and other common authorities and trying to create the slum for them, and thereafter 60% of the land parcel is going to become vacant and going to be auctioned, I think it will also give a lot of revenue to the government, and also the slums will become clear.
Right, Mr. Prabhu, but do you think that agencies like MMRDA and CIDCO would be able to complete this slum rehabilitation projects because 3,000 acres of the land is encroached by slums in Mumbai?
Certainly, ultimately, the slum SRA as such is having so much activities to be done, not only clearing the slums dwellers, giving them the entitlement, thereafter finding out who are other people who are not entitled and getting other agencies involved. Now, if the government agencies like CIDCO, MMRD is getting involved, I think it will be easier for them to clear all this, and this should have been learned long back. Now it is too late, but nevertheless, it has been a good move by the government. If they are able to do it, there will be a lot of trust between the slum dwellers and the government agency who will be taking up this avenue, and they will be definitely able to do this. Right now, what is the procedure happening? Now it's a private developer who has to come there, bring the slum dwellers together, give more than 51% allottees consent, and thereafter find out the people who are not having the eligibility. So many issues and difficulties. If governments are there, everybody will come on the board, and policies are now much are cleared. I think it will be an easy thing for them. Government is only going to enable, let me tell you. It is not that they are going to construct. They will appoint an agency to construct and sell and to give it to the existing slum dwellers. And ultimately, 60% which is going to be auctioned, there where they can have better clarity.
Right, Mr. Prabhu. So you say that slum SRAs have a lot in the pipeline and they will be able to develop all of these slums and all of these new realty sectors. So that was Mr. Prabhu speaking about the government's policy to create a huge land bank for private developers. Remember, ET now has learned from sources that slum redevelopment will be done on 40% of the acquired land and the remaining 60% will be auctioned separately. And that's a story we will be following very, very closely. But switching tracks.